In every life, there comes a moment when a person looks at themselves, not as who they are, but as who they could become. That moment is rarely loud. It doesn't arrive with applause or fireworks. It comes quietly, often in the middle of an ordinary day, when something inside whispers that the life you are living is only a small shadow of the life you could build. That whisper is easy to ignore. The world is full of noise, full of distractions, full of doubts that disguise themselves as logic. But the truth is simple: the whisper exists because a greater version of you exists, and it will keep calling until you listen. People often wait for the perfect time to change. They wait for the right mood, the right resources, the right circumstances, the right support. But perfection has never been the birthplace of transformation. Change comes from small, imperfect decisions made at the right moment, and the right moment is always now. Life will never pause for you. It will not slow down until you feel ready. It will not move aside so you can walk easily. It keeps going, and it expects you to rise and move with it. Waiting only creates more waiting. Growth begins when you choose action over hesitation, commitment over comfort, and possibility over fear. Inside every person is a story that has not been written yet. A story that could inspire someone else. A story that could redefine your entire path. But many people never write that story because they underestimate their own strength. They believe their past defines their limits. They believe their struggles prove weakness rather than resilience. They believe their failures are full stops instead of commas. But your past is just a chapter, not the whole book. Your struggles are evidence that you fought battles others never saw. Your failures are simply steps you needed to reach the ground you were meant to stand on. Every scar you carry is a certificate of survival. Every lesson you learned the hard way is a resource that will serve you later. Nothing you have lived through is wasted if you use it. The world tries to convince you that you must have everything figured out. It tells you that success is a straight line, that the path must be clear, that confidence must be constant. But real progress is messy. It is full of uncertainty, full of days where you doubt yourself, full of nights where you fight the thoughts that try to hold you back. Growth does not happen in ease. It happens in the moments when you keep moving forward, even when your voice shakes and your energy falls. You don't become strong by avoiding difficulty. You become strong by walking through it and discovering that you can survive what you once thought would break you. There is a version of you that you haven't met yet. A version that is disciplined, focused, fearless, consistent, trusted, and unstoppable. A version that wakes up with purpose and sleeps with peace. A version that is proud of their choices, proud of their effort, and proud of the person they've become. That version is not a fantasy. It is a possibility waiting to be activated. You reach that version not through sudden leaps, but through repeated daily decisions. Decisions to practice when others rest. Decisions to learn when others complain. Decisions to stay humble when you win and stay determined when you lose. Consistency is not glamorous, but it is powerful. It is the quiet engine behind every great story. Every dream you carry is asking one thing from you: belief. Not belief that everything will be easy, not belief that success will come quickly, but belief that you are capable and worthy. The human mind is capable of talking you out of greatness long before the world ever has a chance to. Doubt is not your enemy, giving it authority is. Fear is not your enemy, letting it silence your ambition is. Many people lose before they start because they allow fear to negotiate their future. But courage does not mean the absence of fear. It means acting despite it. It means saying, I will try, even if I tremble. It means standing up and moving forward, even when your heart is uncertain. Greatness is built on courage, not comfort. Life changes when you take responsibility for it. When you stop blaming circumstances, people, systems, or luck. When you stop waiting to be chosen and choose yourself. When you stop hoping someone will come and save you and realize you have the power to save yourself. Responsibility is not a burden, it is liberation. It gives you control over your direction. It reminds you that your future is not an accident, but a decision. And when you decide deliberately, with intention and discipline, life begins to shape itself around your effort. People who own their decisions become unstoppable because they understand that progress may be slow, but it is always theirs. You will meet resistance along the way. You will meet people who doubt you, who misunderstand you, who criticize you, who attempt to pull you back to the version of yourself they are comfortable with. That is natural. People often fear the growth of others because it forces them to confront their own stagnation. But your journey is not theirs. Your responsibility is not to make others comfortable. It is to honor your potential. You do not need permission to evolve. You do not need approval to rise. The world may not always understand your ambition, but it will eventually recognize your results. Discipline is the bridge between goals and accomplishment. It is the promise you keep to yourself even when no one is watching. Many people rely on motivation, but motivation is fleeting. It rises and falls like the weather. Discipline is steady. It anchors you when motivation disappears. It carries you through days when you feel tired, discouraged, or uninspired. The person who shows up every day, even imperfectly, will always surpass the person who shows up only when they feel inspired. Discipline is self-respect in action. The more you practice it, the stronger you become. Your mind is your most powerful tool. What you feed it shapes your reality. If you constantly speak failure, you build limits. If you speak possibility, you create momentum. Your thoughts influence your words shape your actions, and your actions create your future. Protect your mind from negativity, from comparison, from self-doubt. Focus on what you can control. Train your mind to see solutions instead of problems. Train it to see growth instead of obstacles. Train it to believe that progress is always possible. A strong mind does not eliminate challenges, it equips you to overcome them. The journey to improvement is long, but you do not need to be perfect to begin. You only need to be willing. Every expert was once a beginner. Every master once struggled. Every successful person once doubted their abilities. The difference between those who rise and those who remain stuck is the willingness to try again and again. Success is not a single moment. It is a series of persistent efforts. It is waking up each day and choosing purpose over excuses. There will be days when you feel like nothing is changing, days when progress feels invisible. But growth often hides beneath the surface. Seeds do not sprout the day they are planted. Muscles do not grow the day they are trained. Skills do not develop the day they are learned. But each day of effort compounds. Each day adds weight to your strength. Each day builds the foundation for something extraordinary. Trust the process. Trust the small steps. Trust the invisible progress. One day it becomes visible all at once. Focus on your path, not the pace of others. Comparison destroys progress. The moment you measure your life against someone else's timeline is the moment you lose sight of your own journey. Everyone moves at different speeds, carries different burdens, and fights different battles. Your only competition is who you were yesterday. Your only goal is to move forward. Even slow progress is progress. Even small steps count. Each moment you choose growth, you win. Your energy is precious. Invest it where it matters. Surround yourself with people who inspire you, challenge you, support you, and push you to evolve. Limit time with people who drain your spirit, discourage your dreams, or belittle your effort. The environment you choose shapes the person you become. Choose wisely. A strong circle is not built on convenience, but on alignment. You deserve to be around those who believe in your potential, not those who shrink it. Take pride in your journey. Celebrate your improvement, no matter how small. Celebrate your resilience, your persistence, your courage. Celebrate the moments when you push through difficulty. Celebrate the moments when you refuse to quit. These victories matter. They remind you that you are capable of more than you realize. They remind you that you do not need extraordinary talent to rise, only extraordinary effort. Life will continue to test you. It will challenge you, stretch you, and demand patience from you. But every test carries a purpose. It sharpens your character, strengthens your resolve, and prepares you for opportunities you cannot yet see. You are not being punished, you are being prepared. Each obstacle is shaping the version of you that your future requires. And when you finally arrive at the moment where everything comes together, you will look back and realize that every struggle was worth it. Never underestimate the power of a single decision. One decision to begin, one decision to continue, one decision to refuse to give up, one decision to take ownership of your life. These decisions create momentum. They create identity. They create destiny. You have everything you need within you to rise. Strength is already there. Potential is already there. Courage is already there. You only need to activate it with commitment and action. Your future self is waiting, not in some distant dream, but in the choices you make today. The life you want is being built right now, in this moment, with your intention, your discipline, your resilience. You are capable of becoming someone extraordinary, someone powerful, someone fulfilled. But to reach that person, you must take the first step and then the next. Do not wait for permission. Do not wait for the ideal moment. Do not wait for certainty. Begin now, move now, grow now. Because the world needs your strength, your voice, your story, your impact. And when the day comes that you look back on this moment, you will realize that this was the turning point. This was the moment you decided that your dreams were worth the effort. This was the moment you chose growth over fear. This was the moment you stepped into the person you were meant to become. Keep going, keep rising, keep believing. Your journey has only just begun, and greatness is already on its way to you.